it's Natalie.
And Miranda from Custom Crops.
Yep, and we have a really fun seasonal project for you today.
Halloween.
It's Halloween inspired. It's the Halloween treat box here. And we are going to go through some of the steps with you today. The other steps you can find in a downloadable tutorial on our website. There are pictures and cut files and all kinds of fun stuff. So if you want to make the total project, be sure to visit our website. We're going to just go through a few steps with you today. Miranda is going to use the new Core Essentials paper.
Core Essentials.
Yep, and making the fun confetti inside the box. She's also going to be helping me make this cool tag, and we're also going to be making the name tag. So Miranda's got a pile of products over here that we're going to feature today.
Highlight here, we're going to be using these new Naked Pockets by 7 Gypsies.
Hot.
Very, because I mean tags, they've been around for a while. Usually they just kind of coordinate with whatever papers you buy, and you can't really pick and make them how you want. So these are naked, and you can totally do whatever you want with them. In this case, we actually turn it upside down and just use it for a totally different purpose than in a scrapbooking page or something like that. So it's really fun product.
You can cover them with paper, you can ink them, you can, like Miranda said, you can use them in a scrapbook, you can use them in a card. They're just, the possibilities are endless. And we love them.
We're also going to be using our favorite Tim Holtz grunge board. Yep. This is a seasonal line, which is fun because usually when you buy something seasonal, you're only going to get Halloween, you're only going to get Christmas. Well, with this, you're going to get Halloween, Christmas, and Valentine's Day, so it's kind of like a mix of different seasonal items in this one package.
Well, and when you buy Tim Holtz grunge board, I don't think you necessarily think seasonal. You kind of, there's letters, there's all kinds of different like grungy shapes and rock shapes.
So it is a little different for him.
Right, different for him, but we love it. So the other thing, you're going to need a couple of different cartridges. For this one, to make the entire box, you're going to need the tags, bags, boxes, and more cartridge, and you can find that cut file on our website. Then you'll also be needing the wildcard cartridge, and everything that we cut out basically is on page 68. We cut out some, like the boo is from this cartridge, and also the bats and the spiders that we cut out for our project. So we're going to probably get started here pretty quick, and the first thing we're going to do is be making our confetti.
Okay, to start off, we're going to be showing you how to make this fun confetti here. When Natalie did this project, she did a various assortment of different patterned papers.
They were from Basic Gray.
Okay, good to know. But I'm just going to be showing you all of the pieces where we used the coordinations paper so that I can be showing you it's a little bit different of a technique. We're going to be rolling it the same, but to get these fun little circles on here, I'm going to be using a Cuttlebug die Pop Culture Borders. And I already have my fun circles out here and my coordination paper cut into strips. So you're just going to put your paper into your embossing folder here. And you just want to have the little logo on the back side. This way you're going to get an emboss. If you wanted to deboss, you would just do it the opposite way. And we're going to run it through our Cuttlebug here. And while I'm getting ready for that, Natalie, did you want to tell them what you're going to be starting on?
Well, first I was going to mention we had forgotten to say about this pink mat that we're working on.
Oh,
and we did an infomercial the other day on it, and I think somebody was asking us how big the big one actually was. And the big one is 3 feet long by 2 feet wide, and as you can see, it covers our entire workspace. So very, very handy to have, and just wanted to address that question. So then Miranda's going to just flip that around?
Yeah, you're just going to do the opposite side now, so that you have a fully embossed strip, and run it through again.
Okay. And this happens to be the Black Magic coordinations paper. We have 5 different lines. We've got vintage, whitewash, Black Magic, coordinations, and what was the other one? Chocolate box.
Yep.
And so this is the Black Magic, which is really good for Halloween stuff.
We're just taking our 10-second snow block here, and we're going to go over the strip so that that purple comes through, and you can really see that design pop. And as always, you can just sand however much you want to come through. And then we're going to use our Dust Bunny. Is it Dust Buddy or Dust Bunny?
Dust Buddy.
Buddy. Okay, so our little buddy here is going to help us clean up our mess.
A Dust Bunny is what I have at my house.
Oh, okay.
All around my floor.
Now we're going to get all of that cleaned up.
Okay.
And then the next step, we're just going to wrap this around a paintbrush, a pen, to get our little curly cue.
And the tighter you roll it, the tighter it will stay. If you want to do some pieces loose, some pieces really curled. And then we cut our basic gray paper in various strip sizes, so skinny and fat. It just makes gives a really fun effect to your basket. So Miranda has done her curly cue, and then you would just stick that in the basket and just fill it up as much as you want to with your other items that go in your basket. So one thing we're not going to go over today in detail, but something that I wanted to highlight was this little bat that we have that's in our treat box. And you can see he's nice and sparkly. We used our Crafter's Companion permanent adhesive and some Doodlebug Beetle Black sugar, and that's just another shape that we got from our wildcard cartridge. But our next step is going to be creating this fun tag. So Miranda is going to be my helper. She's going to help me out, and so why don't you grab that 7 Gypsies bag there.
What's so fun about this is that it comes with so many varying sizes, so you really do get a lot in this one little package.
And we're going to be using the smallest pouch. So why don't you grab that, and then to your left is the number 13 stamp.
Tim Holtz.
Yeah, that's a Tim Holtz stamp that's mounted on one of our Rock-a-Blocks. So we love these. And we're going to be stamping the number 13 with our black soot ink. So Miranda, why don't you stamp that on there any way you want to.
When you're using the Rock-a-Block, you're just going to start on one edge, press down firmly, and then just rock in one solid motion to get your stamp.
And there it is. And then our next step, we're going to be using some of the Tim Holtz masks. This collection is the Borderline collection. And I'm going to just peel, it comes in a clear sheet like this, so I've just peeled off the mask. And I'm just going to put the mask down, just like that. And then we can do a number of things. You can mist with your Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. You can ink. You can do whatever you want. So we're going to actually spray the tag with the Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist and Tiger Lily. So I'm just going to tap it against the heel of my hand to mix all that glimmer up in there. And Miranda's going to spray that tag. Great. And then when you take the mask off, you have created this really cool gate-like pattern with your Glimmer Mist.
One thing I want to mention as a nice little tip about any of the Tim Holtz masks is that when you get them, they come on this clear sheet, and so when you peel it off, you're going to have some of the negative pieces that are still in there that you might need to get off. So a really good tip is just to take your mask, the sticky part, down onto a piece of paper, and then just rub it really good to where it's sticking really nicely on the piece of paper. And then when you pull it off, all of the pieces that you don't need inside there will stay on the paper so that you have the mask exactly the way that you need it. And then whenever you're going to store it, I was thinking that you needed to store it back on this piece, but actually he has this clear plastic piece in here that has the actual image in black on here, so it makes it a lot easier to see where you need to store it, and then you just simply put it on that design that matches up, and it makes an easy storage. So once you've used all of them, you can just throw this big piece away, and you just essentially keep this black piece.
Okay, so we're going to move on to our next step. We just dried the Glimmer Mist real quick with our heat tool just to speed things along. And I'm going to grab the black soot ink and then the Dusty Concord and Milled Lavender, just because our paper has some blacks and some oranges and some purples. And so it just kind of all coordinates. So I've just got an ink blending tool, and I'm just going to work the ink around the edges. Alright, so we've got that part of our tag done. And then Miranda, do you want to use our handy dandy Tim Holtz tiny attacher to throw some staples on there?